Have you heard that you can now add a Descript verified skill to your LinkedIn profile? This is Brenda Meller, and in today's video, I'm going to show you the process how. I just logged into my Descript and I got a notification, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So join me as I walk you through the process. So I'm going to start at my Descript website. I've just logged in and I got a pop-up notification, which is really timely because I'd heard about this new skill that was going to be added to our profile. I actually got an email from Descript last week, but I didn't get any details about how it was to be added. And then I went into LinkedIn Help and there was very little information in there as well. So you might be confused, like, how do I add this in? So when you log into Descript, if you are a Descript user, if you're eligible, it seems like you're going to get this pop-up when you first logged in. And you can see here it says add your Descript verified skill to your LinkedIn profile. Congrats, you've qualified for proficient in video editing. Yay me. Based on how you're using Descript, we can add it to your LinkedIn profile as a verified skill. Want to add it now? And then when you click on add to LinkedIn, I tried this earlier, so I know what happens. And that's why I decided to stop and restart the process and record it so I can show you. So I'm going to click on add to LinkedIn. And the next page, I get a pop-up that says connect to LinkedIn to add your verified skill. Now I'm going to click on connect LinkedIn. It's going to take me to a login page. So now I'm at a page that says Descript Credibility would like to use your name and photo, update scores, reviews, and achievements on your LinkedIn profile, company, and product pages. I'm thinking through this a little bit, what that means. Create, modify, and delete post comments and reactions on your behalf. That's a little concerning for me. And it says use the primary email associated with your LinkedIn account. You can stop this sync with a third-party app in your LinkedIn settings. Descript credibility terms apply. Learn more, and then you have not you, cancel, or allow. So couple things here. We're living in a day and age of AI and information sharing, and I think you should be very careful about sharing your information when you share it and what you're agreeing to. Don't just click on allow. Actually read the terms of service before you're doing so. Now, I don't mind using the name and photo because I would assume that there's going to be something in my profile that's showing me next to the Descript logo and they want to use my information. Update scores, reviews, and achievements on your LinkedIn profile, company, and product pages. Now, this is giving me pause. Update scores, I'm assuming that's my Descript score. Reviews and achievements on my LinkedIn profile. I'm not sure what they're referring to here. Now I'm going to allow this because I want to proceed and go on to the next step, but this does give me some pause here, and I'm not seeing anything in here that's giving me a mouse over where I can learn more about the details. If I were to hover over on the settings, it takes me to linkedin.com/p settings permitted services, which really isn't giving me terms of service for this particular thing. And then it has Descript credibility terms, which is taking me to descript.com/privacy. And then it has learn more. So let's see what happens when I click on learn more. This is very generic. Third-party applications, data use. So, I'm not sharing anything super personal on my LinkedIn profile, my social security number, my banking information, anything like that. So, but it does give me pause that they're saying they're going to update scores, reviews, and achievements on my profile, company, and product pages. That makes a little bit confusion for me. And then create, modify, and delete posts, comments, and reactions on your behalf. That gives me some pause as well, because why would they create posts on my behalf? Why would they create comments on my behalf? Why would they do reactions on my behalf? I'm going to proceed with this, but I'm proceeding with caution here. I am going to be sharing this video publicly on YouTube, and when I share it on LinkedIn, I'm going to tag in LinkedIn and LinkedIn Help and voice my concerns, because this does feel a little bit like they might be overstepping here, or that they may need some additional details explaining what it is that they mean when they say that they can create posts on my behalf. I do not want Descript creating a post on my behalf without my approval, and especially if it has nothing to do with Descript. I'm assuming it's just their post. So if so, I think like they should be clarifying that. But at any rate, I'm going to trust that this is a good service and this is something I'd like to do. And I want to test this out so that you can learn from this process as well. So I'm going to click on allow, and let's see what happens next. Looks like it's taking a second here and it's pulling back in from the Descript page. And now it's saying adding your Descript verified skill to your profile. Now it's saying your Descript verified skill is live on LinkedIn. Proficient in video editing is now visible on your LinkedIn profile. So now I'm going to click on done, and nothing's popping up on LinkedIn. I would assume at this point that I would get some type of a notification to show me what it is exactly that is added to my profile, but I'm not seeing that in here. So I'm going to go to my profile, linkedin.com/in/Brenda Meller. I'm guessing there might be a post that's published because they said they were going to post on my behalf. And then I'm guessing there's going to be a new skill and there's going to be a badge from Descript on there saying it's a verified skill. So let's see if I'm right on here. So I'm going to scroll down to my posting activity. I'm not seeing any new posts that are in here. That's interesting because I thought they would be publishing a post on that. But let's continue down. Let's go into my skills section next. And when I get to skills, I see my top two skills, generating leads and marketing for the self-employed, are still my top two. I'm not seeing anything additional here. So let me click on show all. And now I'm just doing a review of all of the skills I've added to my profile. And I'm going to scan down on here. And I'm looking for the Descript skill on here for video editing. All right. So this was something I did with LinkedIn earlier, search engine optimization. I passed a LinkedIn skill assessment. I'm assuming there's something similar that I'll be seeing for Descript in my skills section. So I'm continuing to scroll down, and this is brand new. I think I was on Descript over the weekend and I didn't see this pop up. So it's possible this isn't doing what it should be doing at this point. And I'm getting a little nervous because I'm not seeing anything on here right now. So it could be, in fact, not doing what it should be working. So I've scrolled all the way down to the bottom of my skills page. I'm not seeing anything on here. I'm going to go back to Descript and see if there's anything else inside here, which there's not. And the last thing I'm going to do is just check my email to see if there's any sort of a notification from Descript regarding this. There's a good chance if you want to add that Descript verified skill on your profile, you're probably going through the same steps I am. And you might even be looking up the YouTube video because what you're experiencing is the same thing I am right now as well, which is there's nothing new added to my profile. I don't have any emails from LinkedIn or from Descript about this. I'm going to click on messaging in here. Sometimes just toggling around will help refresh your page as we go. So I'm going to go under notifications. I'm not seeing anything new here related to this skill. I'm clicking on my post. I'm not seeing any posts in here. I'm going to go back to my profile again and see if I can find anything located in this section. I'm going to scroll through here, nothing in my top skills, nothing in my activity section, and I'm going to scroll down to my skills again. Oh, here it is. Now this is really interesting. They called it a skill, but you know where it's at? It's under licenses and certifications. So this is saying in here, video editing proficient, sourced from Descript, February 2026. Now, if I click on that, it says Descript certifications verify your skills in video editing. So it's giving me a couple different options here. It's saying proficient, advanced, or expert. And it's saying this is sourced from Descript. So let me just read this first. So they're saying proficient for me, which is the lowest level. I want to be an overachiever. I want to be an expert here. So let me click on learn more and see how do they verify different levels. Now this is just verified skills on LinkedIn. And actually, this isn't a verified skill LinkedIn. This is a Descript certification, which is something entirely different than a skill. Certifications sit inside the certification section, whereas skills sit inside the skills section. So I feel like this process is a bit misleading in here, but at any rate, I've got a proficient skill from Descript. Let's see what happens when I click on the pencil icon. Descript certifications automatically update to reflect your current proficiency. To stop displaying it, delete it below. So I can delete it if I want, but it doesn't give me any information with regard to what does proficient mean. And again, if I click on that learn more, it's taking me to a generic page about verified skills on LinkedIn, and it's not actually listed in the skills section. Now they're saying in here, verified skills are issued by third parties. When you authorize a partner to share your proficiency, your verified skill is automatically added to the licenses and certification section. Again, why are you calling it a verified skill, LinkedIn? Shouldn't you call this a license or certification? Because that's the category you're putting inside of. I'm just saying, I'm just calling it like it is here. So at any rate, that's how we can add a new Descript certified skill to your LinkedIn profile. Once you add it in, double check your licenses and certifications because it's probably sitting inside there like it was for me and not inside your skills section. I'm going to do one more look to see if they've published a post on my behalf. I'm going to click under my post and see if there's anything, and there's still nothing inside there. So what do we learn here today? If you're getting the Descript skill verification on your profile, look in the certification section. It's not going to be sitting inside your skill section. Also be aware of the language that they're using with regards to what information they're accessing from your profile. I'm a bit concerned about that, and I'm going to send an email to Descript and share my concerns with them, and I'm going to share a copy of this video with them as well. Hopefully they'll take this into consideration. This is just the beginning of the rollout phase, and I know that many organizations appreciate consumer feedback because it helps them to refine their products, refine their communications, their language explanations, all that good stuff. So this is Brenda Meller with Meller Marketing, helping you to get a bigger slice of the LinkedIn pie. If you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you could drop a comment below, and then make sure you click on that bell notification so you get notified of all future videos in this series. Thanks for watching and have a great day.